afternoon. This is Sunday, July 27th. This is Larry. Thought I'd do a little review on the Backcountry F-2 Tornado Drywsher. And there's one smaller than this, and then most of them are larger than this model. So this is about the right size for me. It's electric, so you can use it in some areas where they don't allow gas, which seems to be becoming more and more the case across the country. It has a clean out right here with carpet. Just loosen the bolt. Then down here on the bottom there's another one, the same kind of setup. So you take those out when you're ready. And of course, once it goes to the grizzlies, there's quite a bit of dirt that's going to be in this bottom section here. That's pretty well classified at that point. And so what you do when you're ready to clean up, you do what they call a reverse cleanup. If I can hold this and change it at the same time. So you just grab these two bars, and you can see now it's in a different position. And what happens is you put like a tub like this underneath here. You have the thing running and all the tailings come out here. Then you just of course clean out those two traps that I showed you. It's got a little rubber mat here to keep the dust from flying up. So it's pretty nice. It's mostly about 98% aluminum, and the rest is stainless steel. And on a regular size battery, it'll run for about 20 hours. So, you know, you can be out there a couple good long days, 2 or 3 days, I guess, if you want. This is only the second time I used it. The first time was 2 or 3 months ago. I was up at Red Mountain, up 395 by Randsburg, and I only had a chance to use it for just a couple minutes, because as soon as I got up there I was going to work some old tailings from the old days. And what happened was this gigantic windstorm came up, and I wasn't able to do anything. I just had to quit. It's one of those kind of feels like it's going to blow you over. What this is, it doesn't work on air like my other one over there, the Gold Duster, does. This one works on vibration. So it has this Vibco vibration unit, has a lifetime guarantee on it. So you just hook it up to your battery and the thing, you know, vibrates. Then on top of it, since these legs are rounded at the bottom, both of them, if you want to speed up the classifying part of it a little bit, you can shake it like this and you know, get the rocks moving a little faster. Once you get it all classified, you just go ahead and lift it up, and you're back in business. Ready to go again. Now the dirt that I'm running, it's from the Cajon Pass area, from a claim up there. And I got this dirt a couple months ago, maybe about 3 months ago, I don't recall. But up there on this claim, it's so hard. I mean, you got to pick it to get it out just about. That it's all clumped up. You know, a lot of the gold is going to be in these clumps. And so maybe some of you know Jack Hamilton. He's been up to this same area, and he suggested that you bring it home and then you dump water into the 5-gallon buckets and let it soak for, you know, a couple days. Well, I did that, but I kept running. Actually, what I did, I ran some through my high banker to begin with. But the stuff has so much organic material in it, it just kept clogging up my machine too fast. I had to spend most of my time trying to clean it out. So I thought with the last couple buckets I had left, got 2 or 3 of them, I just run it through this Drywsher to give it a test. So that's the deal. Although my problem is, I thought by now this stuff would be dry, but as you can see, as soon as you get down a few inches, it's kind of wet. So that's going to slow the dry washer down some. But oh well, it'll still work. This stuff is kind of from this claim. It's kind of it's from one of the Valley Prospectors claims. It's kind of hit and miss whether you're going to find any gold or much gold. So I don't know what'll be in here. Might be just be a couple flakes in all these buckets. But what I wanted to do was run it through the machine and then test out the tailings to see if I'm losing anything. Now normally a dry washer will be about 80 to 85% effective, you know, if you really have it set up correctly. That's why if you have water, it's better to use water because you're going to get most of it that way. But you can't always have it that way. So anyway, I want to see if it is getting up to the 80-85%. So I'll check you know, the tailings that come off here, see what it's losing to see if there's any gold in there. If not, then I know things set up pretty good. And of course, different types of materials, you're going to have it set up different as far as the angle goes. So hopefully this is about the right angle for this stuff. And there are going to be some clumps that are going to go overboard, you might say, because they're, you know, even though I use water and all that, it's still, now that it's dried out, some of it's still, well, you can see here, some of it's kind of clumpy, you know. And it's kind of hard to break them all down before running it through the machine. So that's the deal. I'll give it a good try, and then I'll give a little review on what I thought about it. Actually, I'm going to a club meeting at Valley Prospectors this Thursday, and I think the guy that sells these things is going to be there demonstrating them. So anyway, this will be a good test. Almost looks like it could rain on me here. We haven't had rain in such a long time, it's almost a shock if it happens. Like a hawk up there circling me. Well, let's see, we'll wait and see. So far I ran 1 bucket of dirt through the dry washer from the summit claim at Cajon Pass area. There's a piece there. I see another little piece over there. There's another one. Like I said earlier, there's another one and a little one down there. It's just kind of spotty up there. You can hit a patch and do good, or just kind of like this. Although some of the pieces are, they're fairly good size. So that's nice. Pretty looking gold, real shiny. So anyway, there's a little bit. And I checked some of the tailings, and I don't seem to be losing anything that I can tell. I didn't go through all the tailings. I'll go experiment a little more. I mean, there's probably going to be some fly poop type that made it through, but so far I didn't see anything. So I'd say the jury is still out on the Tornado F-2 dry washer. It works, and it has there's some good ideas there as far as the clean out. That's real simple, and it seems to be capturing the gold. But at least the material I'm running through there, it really goes through too slow. So I'm going to have to try other materials. I know this material is a little bit damp, so that may have something to do with it. I'm going to run another day. I'll run some real dry stuff, stuff from Barstow that's more gravelly type, and see how that goes through it. And then if I see the guy Thursday at the club meeting in San Bernardino, I'll tell him what's going on and see if he has any suggestions. So that's about it for this review. Like I say, I think it's a good device. It's electric, and that's a plus, but I just got to figure out why it's running so slow. It's probably the operator. Okay, I've got some dry gravelly type material from Barstow. I'm going to experiment and see how long it takes to run. It's about, about a 4:30 I've got here. See how long it takes to run it. The other material is a little bit damp. It was taking forever. So if this takes a long time, I'm going to start wondering about this thing. It's 1:39, or excuse me, 3:39 is when I'm starting. 3:39. Running at about 5 minutes. You can see I've got, getting down there, I got most of the dirt in the machine, but where is it? Not coming out. There's a couple little granules every once in a while. Okay, I'm going to put the rest of it in. 3:49, so 10 minutes later I've got all the dirt in the machine, and some of it's finally starting to come out here. So it is going a lot faster than the damp stuff I had. Now, how long it's going to take to get everything out of here, concentrated, we'll have to see. so far it's been 30 minutes running, and as you can see right here at the head of the hopper, there's still dirt in it that hasn't gone down yet. That's me trying to help it out, shaking it, trying to move the dirt around here, break it up a little. You can see it moving in there in the bottom section. Like I say, it's all been 30 minutes already and it hasn't finished. So that is very slow. Hopefully tomorrow night when I go to the club meeting and the inventors there, I can find out if I'm doing something wrong. And the only thing I can figure I'm doing wrong is it needs to be more of an angle. But again, you don't want too much of an angle because you'll lose the gold. So far it's been 50 minutes and it's still running. You can see the top hopper here. It's getting down, but that's still running up here. Down to the next level, down into there. And you can see the stuff moving down below here. So hopefully there's a solution to this, because this is really unacceptable. I've done everything I can to try to speed it up. The stuff's dry. It's classified down to ½ inch. There's no reason a bucket should take over 50 minutes. It looks like it's probably going to end up being over an hour here. Well, it's been running an hour and a half. I even lifted this end up for a couple minutes to help it. There'll be more of an angle to speed it up some. But as you can see, there's still some floating there after an hour and a half. Hour and a half and it still hasn't finished. We're going to call it finished. Let's see what the consistency looks like. So I can't sit out here all night waiting for this thing. Even on the top. Go ahead and clean it out. a regular dry washer going through a bucket, you expect it to be concentrated down more than this. That's quite a bit of dirt, but that's okay. Even kind of slow cleaning out. So far, it's been 3 minutes just cleaning it out, and it's still going. Been 5 minutes so far just on the clean out. Been 10 minutes cleaning it out and it's still going. I'm just going to go ahead and call it quits. The concentrates that I got out of it, like I say, there was still more coming, but we'll just settle for that for now. But quite a long process, over an hour and a half to run the bucket, then over 10 minutes to clean it up. Not too good. So I ran about 2.5 gallons, about half a bucket. It took over an hour and a half just to run half a bucket. Over 10 minutes to clean it out, you know, and it was still going. I finally just had to give it up. So when I go to the meeting tomorrow night, if the guy, inventor, is going to give a demonstration, when I saw him give a demonstration, he said because he was inside, they wouldn't let him use anything with a lot of dust, so he just had to use a little sand. And, you know, sand just runs right through things. So if he uses sand during his demonstration, I'm going to have 2 buckets out in the car, one gallon bucket with the gravelly type stuff from Barstow, and then another 1 gallon bucket with the stuff from Cajon Pass. It's a little, you know, the darker material, more organic, and see if I can get him to run those to see how long it takes. Find out if I'm doing something wrong. If he does do that, if he's up to the challenge, he has the time, and his takes a long time, then I don't know what I'm going to do. Just leaving the Valley Prospectors meeting, the guy never showed up to give the demonstration with the Tornado Drywsher, so I brought this dirt with me for him to try out and everything, and he didn't show. I guess I'm just going to have to experiment some more. I'm going to try raising the angle and see if that does anything. So Billy Ray, the inventor of the Backcountry Tornado, was supposed to be at the Valley Prospectors Club meeting demonstrating the Tornado just last Friday. Today's Monday. And so I'm not a big club meeting guy, but I drove the 80 miles to go listen to him so I can see if I was doing anything wrong, ask him some questions, and run some of the dirt I had through his machine. Well, he was a no-show. Why? I don't know. They didn't explain. They just said he wasn't going to be there. So that was 80 miles wasted, and I figured, okay, I'll just have to continue the experiment myself. So I've got this thing about on a slant about as high as it can go. And I've got a gallon of dry material, the gravelly material from Barstow. That should go through very fast, so I'm going to experiment, see how long 1 gallon takes to run through this thing and to clean it out. So I'm starting at exactly 10:24 a.m. and we'll see how long it takes. 10:26, all the dirt, the gallon is in the machine. I'm trying to do everything I can to help it along here, shaking it, everything else. It's just now working its way down to the little trap here, carpet trap. And after that it has to dump off to the second level. And it goes through there. And then down here, there's another trap that it goes through. Oh, we'll see how long it takes. It's 11 o'clock. As you can see, there's still a lot of dirt to run through there. This thing is ridiculously slow. That's about all I can say. 11:47, thing's still going. Hasn't finished yet. Trying to do everything I can to make it go faster. thing I noticed, it rained and I covered the thing up, but it could have got a little bit of moisture in here, condensation. And this thing is actually designed where you can put a section up here and run it wet, but just from the little condensation. Look at this, already all rusted out here. This is rusty. Down here it got all rusty. And this is from it being covered up, it got rusty. How would you run water through it and not getting all rusted out? So I try to be fair reviewing things. And again, maybe there's something I'm doing wrong, but I'm very disappointed in this machine. I was hoping it would really work well since it's electric. Thought it'd be a valuable addition to my prospecting endeavors. But it's 11:49 now. Still plenty of dirt in here. I did one more thing. I brought the legs even closer together, so it's on a super angle now. I don't know if that'll help. Obviously the top is, you can't angle the top anymore, I don't believe. Because it looks like it would appear if I put, this is where they said it was the most ideal place for this. They're the ones that set it up like this. But if I put them in these, see there's other holes here. So it looks like if I put them in the other holes, it would bring this down more, because this would go like this. So it looks like it's about as high as it can get with the holes they have provided in this thing for the top part. Now I've got the bottom. You can see how close the legs are together. I don't think you can do any more than that. There's one rolling off the grizzly. Yeah, it's 11:52. Again, this was only 1 gallon of dry material. I'm trying to do everything I can. I've been shaking. I've even stuck my hand down here trying to push the stuff along a little bit. You know, what else can you do? Maybe it just doesn't, this vibrator, maybe it's just not working properly. Maybe it's not vibrating enough. I spread the legs out farther again. That kind of gives the top part more of an angle, because I'd like to get done with this deal here. So once I can get all this from the top to run in there, then we'll see how long it takes to clean out. Right now it's 11:58. 12 noon. That's 12:13. As you can see, it still hasn't finished running this stuff. I'm getting sick and tired of messing with it, so I'm going to go ahead and do the reverse clean out and see how long that takes. So we started that at 12:14, reverse clean out. Well, we got most of the stuff. There's still some falling down, but got most of it out of there pretty fast, although probably half the concentrates stuff that never got concentrated to begin with because it didn't go through all the way. It's almost 12:16. We'll quit there. So as you can see from the last video, it took over an hour and 45 minutes to run that just 1 gallon. Finally, didn't even run it all. I finally just gave up and did the cleanup. So if there's some way I can send this video to Billy Ray, I'm going to do it, or I might just give him a call and say I want a refund. I'm pretty much at my wit's end. I think I've tried about everything possible.